Okay, hi, this is the writing intensive video tutorial for learning how to write a results section of a technical lab report. I'm just going to take you through some of the materials so that you understand the resources that are available to you. This video is not meant to be a complete lecture on teaching you how to write, but just a video to introduce you to the resources available which you are responsible for going through yourself. To start off with, you click under Forms and Documents on the course website and go to Technical Report Draft Evaluation. You'll see right away how your results section will be evaluated. It's going to be based on 4 criterion. First off, does your results section open with an effective statement that summarizes the overall findings? 2, do you present visuals clearly and accurately? Visuals are tables and graphs that display your data. 3, did you present verbal findings clearly with sufficient support, meaning when you talk about your data, is there good support for them? And lastly, do you successfully integrate verbal and visual representations? So those are the 4 criteria in which your results section is going to be evaluated. I will cover that a little bit more in a while. First thing we're going to do is go through, we're going to go through these 2 links, starting with Technical Report Draft 1. With that, let's scroll down to the results section. The results section here is, this is meant to help you write for the first time your results section. And split up here into 5 different steps, where step 1 is basically putting your data into a visual, a table or a graph. And there's some help here. You can click on it. It brings up a website called LabWrite, which is from North Carolina State University, which this is all based off from. And there's information here on how to determine whether or not it's appropriate to represent your data in a table or a graph, and also to determine the type of graph you use. So if there's information here that says, looks at tabular data versus graph. Versus displaying your data in terms of graphs. There's a lot of material here that kind of help you to go through what it's like to represent your graphs, as well as captions. It's very important that you have a good caption that helps to describe what's in the figure. All right, so this is very important, and this page is very, very helpful in helping you to form a good table or a good graph, and also helping you to decide which one to use. Once you have your visuals set with captions, the next step is to generate, once you've generated your visual representations, decide the order in which your tables, graphs, and other figures should be presented. So if you have more than 1 figures, how do you order them? And again, there's some help here that looks at ways of organizing your visuals. So there's 3 different ways you can look at: chronological order, order of importance, or order of generality. And you can read through this to get more information about what that is. Step 3, review all the data from your experiment, and in a sentence or 2, summarize the main findings of the lab. This will be the opening sentence of your results section. So go here, you have here the opening sentence of your results section. It summarizes all your overall findings. There's some information here about how that should look or how it should be worded. So again, go to here for help on that. Step 4, in separate paragraphs, summarize the findings in each of your visuals, tables, graphs, or other figures. First, state the overall relationship or interaction among the variables that each visual represents, and then include any specific details from the visual that are important for understanding the results. Then refer to your tables, graphs, or other figures as figure or table 1, 2, 3, etc. Again, more help here on what that looks like. Again, it's really important that you have 1 paragraph for each figure explaining what's in the figure and presenting the data to the reader. And then step 5 is to complete the results by placing all the elements you've written in proper order. 1, the sentence summarizing the overall data for the lab. 2, the paragraphs or word descriptions for each visual, arranged in the order the visuals are presented. And then the third thing would be having all of your graphs set up. And again, step 5, you'll see here how it's laid out for you. Okay, if you want some more help, again, if you go to Forms and Documents, there is a technical report example. Click on that. You can actually scroll down to the results section here, and you'll see that there's an opening sentence summarizing the data. There's a paragraph for each figure, followed by each figure. And then some notes down at the end of the results section in the example, giving some highlights about important things that you should keep an eye on when writing. So on top of that, so there's technical report draft 1, that page, forms and documents to get to the technical report example. And then if you look under technical report draft 2, there's a whole other page about some information that you would use later on when you're writing your second draft live report. What this is that when you finish actually writing your results section, you can turn back to this link, scroll down to results, and what I have here is a bullet point indicating each criterion in which I am going to grade that section, and some text here, some information that will help you to maybe to improve upon it. So the idea is that you write a draft, and then after your draft, you can come back to draft 2, the link for technical report draft 2 right here, scroll down to the results section, and then look at each individual criterion to which I grade your results section on, read through it to make sure that it kind of helps you go back over what you've written and look at it with a critical eye to see if maybe there's something you're missing or can improve upon. Okay, so that's it. Again, this is just meant to take you through the resources available to you. Again, the steps are technical report draft 1, go ahead and write up your results section according to the instructions under technical report draft 1. Then go ahead and while you're doing it, you can read over as an example the technical report example under form documents. You look in the results section of that technical report. And then once you actually write it up, if you want to go back to go through your draft and see if there's things to improve upon, technical report draft 2 here has bullet points that indicate the criterion to which it is graded on, and then ways you can improve upon it. Okay, that's it for this video, and I wish you all the best in writing your results section.